Is it possible to recognize blindfolded and only by touching, to recognize instruments like this for a violin maker? Today this is the challenge for us, and we will see if we are able to do that, if we are real masters. Marco, Min and me. Stay tuned, and this will be a fun transmission. Hello, back again. This is Edgar from Cremona, Italy, and we are working here together and building great instruments, and we know them all. We make them ourselves, and today Christian wants to double check if we're able, without seeing, so we have organized here something like this, just only by touching, if we can understand, if it's because it all started, is it possible to understand Guarneri and Stradivari? I'm not so sure about that, but at least if we are able to know what we have in the shop just by touching. We don't know what he's going to give us. It took us more time to organize how we are going to do this competition here, this violin challenge. One by one violin comes here. We all don't know what Christian is going to fetch from the musician room over there where all the ready-made instruments are. And we have no idea what he's going to choose for us. Of course, instruments which we have here in our workshop. So everybody is going through the inventory, what we are having and what could it be and whatever, you know. That's interesting. First contestant, Marco Dotti, works 7 years with me, 26 years old, origin from Piacenza, and he will start here this violin challenge.
Easy for me, for tailpiece. This is my violin, Testore, right? For tailpiece, I make this tailpiece. This violin is thin and light. Maybe Edgar or Min, but I don't know in this moment. For weight, for the neck, Guarneri. For scroll, thin scroll, heart pegs. I think Edgar. I think this is Ole Bull. Yes, for me is Ole Bull by Edgar. Ole Bull by Edgar, because it's a very nice violin. The neck is perfect. The weight is very light. Oh, this violin weighs a lot. Why? I think scala perfetta, but yes, this is these pegs are for scala perfetta. Guarneri, but I don't know. I swear, for me it's a lot difficult. Yes, this is absolutely scala perfetta, but I don't know the model. Scala perfetta, but not Guarneri. Is a Stradivari model. Ah, okay, I understand. I think this is Macchi for the pegs with a pin. I think for fine tuner is light alcohol varnish. Yes. This is Macchi, I think. Maybe Stradivari. Mauro Macchi, Stradivari model. For this one was a little bit difficult for recognize it because the weight is very similar compared the master violin. The neck is very good, but the varnish is different. This is alcohol varnish.
Second contestant, Mina Mazzolari, Min Jong Kang, working with me already for 22 years, age 18 years plus. So she's really tough and a great contestant.
Marco Dotti Testore. Beh, tailpiece. It curved. Okay. Marco Testore. Ah, okay. Ah. Test light. I have no idea. Alcohol? Maybe it's a Macchi. Do we have a Macchi Strat in this moment? Ah, so I think it is a Macchi Violin Strat model. Yeah! Yep. Okay, okay. A master violin, the neck, the shape of the neck, and the weight, and the packs. Okay. But the model, no, it's not mine. I don't know. It's not mine. It's not my school. Yeah, it must be a Edgar violin, but model is. Okay, it's Oliver? I think it is Oliver Edgar. Okay, maybe it's a Viola, I don't know, but... Yeah! Okay. Okay. Oh! I would say our scala perfetta, but the neck is a little bit narrow. Maybe it's not as perfetto, but yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it is alcohol, but no, it's strange. It's so thin. I have to remember what violin we have here. I have no idea. But a fizzica è scala perfetta? It's a scala perfetta. You know, usually I don't touch that much the scala perfetta violin, so it's a scala perfetta.
Last contestant, Edgar Rose from Cremona, Italy, native from Austria, 40 years of violin making. Okay. Yep. It's not very easy. It's not very easy here. I think that this is a... Hold on. I thought it is a scala perfetta, but now I have the impression that it is a linea Macchi, but no, I think it is a... Hold on. It's a little heavy, so I think it could be a scala perfetta, but on the other side it feels also a little bit like a linea Macchi. So, or it is a scala perfetta with these pegs which we use with the boxwood fitting, or maybe it's a rosewood, but with these pegs here. Or it is a linea Macchi Stradivari. I think it's a linea Macchi. The neck is actually nice, and it seems like a master-made neck because it's not too large here. Yeah. So it's a spirit varnished violin. So it is here very sharp here. I think it's a Linea Macchi Stradivari. It is a Linea Macchi Stradivari. The reason that I was thinking about the Stradivari, about the surface and the edge here and the fluting, so it could have been also a Scala Perfetta, but then the neck was actually narrow here, and I feel that immediately because this is one of the big differences between the Scala Perfetta and the Linea Macchi. This is a master-made violin. That's a very nice violin. This is my Guarnieri Ole Bull, because the structure of the top, the corners, the end button, the fine tuner, the scroll, the antiquing of the scroll here, the narrow turn here of the second turn here, a late Guarnieri like this, here a little bit round, very comfortable neck, very comfortable. Way! I didn't imagine that it is so easy. It was so easy. There are many small things which all match, and no violin is the same than the other one. So it probably, a blind test should have all the same tailpiece, same fine tuners and things like this. But it's interesting that we can actually figure them out. Wow. It's like putting a picture over another one, and then some small details like a puzzle fit to some things you have in your idea, in your memory, and then you just start to put them all together, and then at a certain point you get a clear picture. But in the very beginning, you're always a little bit afraid, so am I going to be up to that level to be able to, interesting challenge, huh? Poh, didn't expect it. Even so, I think we all probably are good in figuring it out, but it's a challenge. Yeah? Next, this just by touching with one hand the weight, the surface. This is a Scala Perfetta, and then you can also feel it on the neck. Yeah. I'm not sure if these pegs are the ones with in ebony or the ones in probably they are the ones in palisander, but I'm not sure about that. If it is ebony or palisander, as I cannot see it, but the marble here, it could be that it's the one in palisander, but I'm not sure about it. But it's definitely Scala Perfetta. Scala Perfetta. Scala Perfetta. Ebony, okay. So I was not sure if this ebony pegs are this shaped. This is a master-made violin. Yes, a good neck. Okay. This is Marco Dotti, Carlo Antonio Testore. And I have to be honest, the major issue were the pegs, flat, heart shape, here, tiny model. I thought, yeah, that this is a little bit long here, this distance, so you could also... The neck is a master neck, yeah, but I could tell it's not mine, but it's interesting why, I don't know. I would have never said now that this is not mine. But then here the tailpiece is just like this. Probably, if this would have had a different tailpiece, I would not be able to recognize, yeah. So, ta-da! Yes, Marco Dotti. So this is actually, I have no idea how Marco and Min did because I was not able to hear and listen how they performed. So do you want to try? Okay, you know which violins are on the table, but you can test.
And now, entering as a last-minute challenger, Christian. No violin making experience, but plenty of video making expertise.
Okay. So this is not a scala perfetta.
Correct.
Because of the weight. It's not a scala perfetta weight. I'm not that sure, but the varnish seems to be the alcohol one. Seems to me, I don't know exactly, but you know, I think it's the Linnamaki one.
Correct.
Okay. This is a master one. Yeah, it's a Guarneri model, I think so, because of those pins.
Wow.
What's the name,
Yeah,
please?
pins.
Pins, okay. And yeah, so basically I think it's a Guarneri model. Yeah, just because of those pins, which are super raw pins compared to the Stradivari ones. Heel tailpiece, you know, it's difficult because I don't know if it's yours or Mina one's. If you keep the same violins that I give it to you, I think it's, of course, yours one.
Okay, correct.
Okay. This is a scala perfetta.
Correct.
Yeah, because of the weight, varnish, yes, scala perfetta. Okay. It's easy for me because I already know the instruments, but yeah, Marco Dotti.
You're an expert.
No.
So this was an interesting violin challenge. I have not assisted how Marco and how Min did. Christian just told me that we all proceeded very well. I was impressed that Christian was doing this well, but he of course assisted the three of us and understood what we are going to feel. But the first Linnamaki, he was actually doing very well and wasn't that easy actually, for him at least. Yeah. For my experience I made during this process, I was pretty unsecure to be sure that I will figure out which violin is which, because that's something I have never done in my life before. It was interesting. If you have more than one violin at home, make your own violin challenge and try. You will probably find a mask like this and put it on in order that you don't see underneath and figure out. Do it with your friends. I think it's an interesting game to play. Another tiny thing of being an expert is also to trust on what you feel and not only on what you see. Yeah? I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed yet. You owe me that for sure. Thanks. Ciao, ciao. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.